across the board. Of course, UYU added a player like Kenny, who to me is going to be so good in the single life mode, a player with very good communication, very good decision maker. He's going to be a player that's going to be huge for this UYU team in a map like, or sorry, in a game mode like GRIDIRON.
Absolutely, and you got to be thinking too, right? This is probably one of the going to be the most high flying kills, right, or at least slaying games overall. Rise Nation, a team that loves to just fly at the enemy team. We've seen it time and time again. You know how they play. And UYU has the firepower, if you will, to be able to kind of answer that aggression. The nade from Avexys is, in fact, going to be able to connect. Only a hit marker, though, as they now backtrack towards their own end zone. It's now a 4v4. And Rise Nation now trying to figure out, okay, what's our next line of attack? Do we want that push-and-pull fight up top? Or do we want to try and sneak that flag through mid? Well, UYU is really spread apart. They're trying to lock down all lines of sight so they can really pinpoint where Rise is going to be rotating to.
Oh, and that Retro Lancer is going to be put in the hands of Xplosive. Getting little flashbacks from Gears of War 4 that I'm not liking right now when it comes to Xplosive and those secondary weapons. Guy who plays on high sensitivity is just so good at putting those weapons to their best use. And right now you're seeing the rotation come through. Kenny's going to be spotted over on the top side of the map. Detox with snipe in hand. And right now it looks like Rise Nation, to answer your question from before, how do you sort of play these situations when you have the flag? You're seeing Rise play it pretty slow.
Yeah.
Looking to maybe bank for that 1 point versus trying to run into the setup of UYU. And on the flip side, if you're UYU, you got to make your way forward for that flag. If you let this sit for 20 more seconds, that's going to be a point on the board for the boys on Rise. And they're starting to move over. The push is coming towards Tracks. Xplosive is going to be dropped by the snipe of Detox. And he goes for that finish. PowerZ now in a tough spot. Stuck between a couple people, but he's a player who always thrives in these situations. Unfortunately, he does fall here. And you see Rise Nation, they're trying their best to make their way for the end zone as fast as they can, but the time is going to run out. I believe that actually is our first possession point of the night.
Absolutely. That is 100% the first possession point. And, you know, that was interesting. You know, played very well, and I have to say, Rise, they knew, hey, we've got the flag. We're going to get the possession point. UYU, if you don't want to push forward, that's fine. And honestly, I think they were perfectly happy with that. If a couple players from UYU don't get dropped, Rise Nation, they just stay in their spawn. They stay by their end zone. They secure that point. Either way, they were happy with how that played out. They tried to go for the last-ditch effort with the touchdown, but they knew they were in good hands. And at one point, you actually saw Kenny rotating back. I think he was trying to preserve his life and just give up 1 point versus 2 with the full team wipe. Well played on both sides, I would have to say, despite UYU losing that. And now we start off now onto round number 2. Avexys softening up Mental from the mid. He's going to be pressured by INZEM. Easily gets taken down. That's now going to bring to a 5v4 Rise. He's currently with the man advantage, plus a little bit more utility and power weapons in play. Avexys up close on to Prace. Going to get that drop. Kenny now in a tough position. He's has to play this very carefully if he wants to make it out, but he's able to at least clutch up onto 1, but it's not going to be enough. It's a 5v1. PowerZ now has already been spotted, but he has the flag. He's trying to make that last-ditch effort. He's pushing straight into Detox, and Detox will silence him. It almost looked like PowerZ was trying to go for the single-man touchdown.
Hey, if there's one player I want with the flag in a 1v5, it's got to be PowerZ at that point, right? He has just insane movement. Of course, to me, I think he's the most skilled player in this game. So a valiant effort, but unfortunately, he does end up falling. Good teamwork coming through from Rise Nation, and now you're going to see that flag sitting over towards that sniper. This is going to be an interesting fight, right? We see this kind of push and pull up top over and over on escalation. Now we'll kind of see how it looks in a single life mode, right? A lot of times you'll see a lot of trades coming through. You'll see some back and forth. It's going to be a whole different ballgame here.
Yeah, it definitely is, and a big battle up top is taking place, and INZEM is clutching up Xplosive. PowerZ will both drop. He goes for the second. The meat shield was in hand. It is now dropped, and it's going to be Praise getting dropped by the Lancer Fire from a distance, and just like that, it's a 4v1. Kenny from that flank manages to get the drop onto Avexys, but it's not going to be enough, and with the team fire shot, he comes in. That's going to solidify it. Rise now leads 5-0 over UYU.
Yeah, big. I want to call it an initial coming out, but really, Taylor, everything's an initial now, right? All of these rounds are going to be considered an initial. Strong showing from Rise Nation early, getting points now through the first 3 rounds. Now we'll see as the flag makes its way over towards middle. A lot of utility all around. You see the shock grenades, you see the frag grenades. That Retro Lancer going to be placed in middle. We'll see where these teams choose to move. You're going to see UYU sending a big presence over towards middle. Maybe going for that quick pick on the flag. Praise is going to drop early, and I believe that will be a full kill. Mental makes his way out of here with the flag, and now a 4v4 on the map. He's on the pre-show. Mental told me he's going to get a lot of kills with the flag, so he's a player I'm looking out for on this round in particular. As Xplosive loses the fight to Avexys, and Avexys going for the double. And Avexys not only gets the two-piece up top, he also secures that flag. But unfortunately, Taylor, all of his teammates are falling before his eyes. A 2v1 situation now. PowerZ, Kenny, the two new additions to UYU. Avexys, flag in hand. What does he choose to do? Right? Does he try and separate the players? Does he make the push for the end zone?
I don't think he can.
If you're Kenny and PowerZ, you got to imagine they play. This closely, right? At the same time, though, if you move together and you move the wrong direction, that could be an end zone.
PowerZ is by himself, and he's going up mid.
I think they're just trying to find information. They're trying to figure out where that player's going to be. PowerZ has the retro in hand.
Oh, this is a good opportunity.
This could be his chance.
Oh, no, he's getting peppered, though. Forced to dip out. But with that spot, now Kenny is also going to come through. He needs this kill, and he's able to secure it. Now it's going to be Kenny pushing up into 1v2. Can he get the finish? He gets one, but he can't get the second. The drop will happen, and a good clutch from Kenny is going to take place. But it looked as if Avexys was going to clutch up for just a short moment.
Man, those are the moments that make this single life mode so exciting. Avexys played that very well to his credit, right? Got the first kill, almost managed to get the 2v1. End of the day, though, it was Kenny using that new mirror character, one of his favorite characters from the Locust side or the Swarm side for the newer games. Nice to have Mira back on the map.
Do like my Mira, man. I got to say, Mira's an intimidating foe, especially if you had to go up against her.
Now as we hop on board to see kind of where they push the flag, once again sitting out towards tracks. Scoreline of 5-2 right now in favor of Rise Nation. If you're just tuning in, this is our semifinals of Emergence Days. We're playing the entire tournament on the new Gridiron game mode. Looks like early on the flag has been taken into the hands of UYU once again, but the player has gone down. Shock making his way over to get that elimination. You see, PowerZ ends up tapping up. Shock wasn't able to get the kill in time. That's a new feature, obviously, of this Gridiron mode, is the fact that you can tap up. Once again, it has sort of those old school Warzone rules, but you can also tap up at the same time. An unfortunate turn of events coming through for Shock and Rise Nation. But if you're UYU, you are taking those, and now they find their way heading right towards the end zone. 2v4, Drix, Detox, and there's a wave of Swarm in front of him.
Oh no, Shock, he's feeling the burn from that one. Unfortunate to say the least. He had him where he wanted him, but the tap-up came through, and just like that, that fantastic start from Rise with a 5-0 lead now gone to the wayside. It's now 5-4. UYU is looking to retake that lead for themselves. Things are getting interesting. I'm loving what I'm seeing, and this is the matchup that I know a lot of you guys wanted to check out because it's just a bloodbath. It is fun to watch, and I can't wait to continue it forward. Avexys on your screen, the man who loves to lead the charge, and a lot of smoke has been placed. Avexys hits one with the brick, but it's not going to be enough. And honestly, he doesn't look like he's stopping. PowerZ going to push up. He gets a nice wrap shot onto him, and now he's just going to chill. First blood is now picked off, and first blood in this game mode, incredibly important.
Yeah, and you see all the members of UYU just wolf packing together around that flag, managing to equalize the numbers, but Xplosive ends up falling to the hands of Avexys. The trades are underway. The flag still in the hands of Praised. And when the dust settles, you're going to see the push coming through the top side of the map, but it is going to be INZEM winning the 1v1 against Praised. Drix also going to find himself in the kill feed. Rise Nation now up 7-4 here on Asylum.
And it's the first one to 13, right? So still a lot to be played here. And Avexys, 16 total eliminations to his name. And now we switch weapons, Ryan. We got the drop shot on tracks.
And you see that slaying duo once again of Rise Nation, Avexys and INZEM. When they're firing on all cylinders, it is a scary sight. Of course, this UYU team has added more slaying power in recent. They've added PowerZ, one of the best slayers we've ever seen in Gears of War now on that team. So they have plenty of firepower to back them up themselves. We'll see as this one heads down to the wire. Praise once again finds himself right there towards the flag with the Bulltalk. Is going to be in the hands of INZEM. A big couple shots come through, and now the kill feed's still starting to light up blue. Xplosive is there now on the trade. He's going to find himself surrounded. The mist roll comes through from Shock, but Shock ends up getting the kill. I do believe it'll be another Rise Nation round. And Taylor, casting these are insane, by the way, because so much action happens.
So much.
So quickly.
Much.
Not even a moment to breathe.
My head's spinning.
Is it fun? And Avexys continues to put on a show.
I know we don't necessarily look at points overall for your team, but he's sitting at 2,000 points. Mind you, everybody on UYU is below 1,000. That just comes to show how well Avexys is adapting to this new game mode here on Gridiron. He has been the man to watch out for, and it shows with Rise now leading 9-4. And if they win this next round, that's going to put them at 11 total points potentially, one round away from securing the victory. This is a best of 5, so UYU still has a lot of games to play, but that would be a fantastic start for Rise as they won it, and already starting us off strong. It's going to be a 4v3 now, brought down to a 3v3 shock now, looking to get that revenge on Kenny. He'll take his time. Detox with the drop onto PowerZ, brings down to a 3v2, and you see Rise slowly inching forward towards that end zone. One more kill, and you got to be thinking they're going to be all over it. There it is. Detox, he's going for that touchdown.
Yeah, and Xplosive has to put all of his sights now on the Detox, killing anyone else. It's going to end in 2 points, but this teammate is going to be there. An 11-4 lead coming out early for Rise Nation here on Asylum. Of course, there's still plenty of series to go if you are a fan of UYU. We're playing a best of 5, so even if they fall in the first map, there are still plenty of maps to come. We're playing best of 5s here in the semis and in the grand finals as well. And now you're going to see our first map point of this series, as Rise Nation are looking to send this one home with 13.
And just an update for you guys, the first map between Estral and PK ended 14-10. Pittsburgh Knights, the victor of that one. They now lead the best of 5 series 1-0 as we keep you updated. INZEM is going to take out PowerZ. Detox will get his hands on that drop shot, and already turning out for a Rise Nation potentially final round. They are looking solid. UYU is going to have to clutch up big if they want to knock Rise down, or at least make this comeback possible. And that's the start, right? Praise will take out Shocked. It's going to bring it down to a 3v4, but I got eyes on Detox with that drop shot. I think this is going to be the biggest difference maker here.
Yeah, if there's ever a team that can make that comeback, it's going to be UYU, a team who's made comeback time and time again, despite whoever finds themselves on that roster. Rise Nation, they're looking to shut that down. They're looking to make this a non-factor. You're going to see a kill in the feed. That's going to leave us at a 3v3. Drop shot in the hands of Detox. Flags in the hand of Avexys. Everything you want to see if you're a fan now of Rise Nation. Kenny finding his way out towards tracks, but it's going to be Praise getting a big kill with that incense. And now the flag forced to move back. And now if you're Rise Nation, you got to kind of choose to play defensively to try to secure that 1 point.
Oh.
But Praise is there with the incense. And this is going to be a UYU round. Surely Avexys gets 1, but it's not going to be enough. Praise making the big plays to position his team. 6 points now on the board. They're going to have to continue to slay out if they want to make this comeback.
And the fact that Avexys still took one down in that very moment, he says, hey, I'm at least going to take as many of you as possible, even if you're going to get that round win. Great stuff still. Rise Nation on the cusp of taking this, but UYU continues to stay alive, and you never can count them out, regardless what that score is. The battle's going to be taken down low. That drop shot, very important for almost a guaranteed kill, if you will. First blood's going to be taken. Kenny, he's going to be dropped. Detox will follow. Avexys has also been dropped himself. It's now a 3v4 with Mental dropping. Solidification comes through. It's now a 2v3. Track seeing a ton of action, as to be expected, because that drop shot's so important. With INZEM dropping to his knees, that's going to be another round for UYU. Great round indeed. That track fight went so well, and we're looking at potentially UYU getting very close to tying us up. But, you know, things got interesting after that first round, getting that 1 point. That made a big difference, because it's like Rise continues to have that lead, that minor lead, if you will. And that just comes to show you how impactful it can be to solidify that 1 point.
Yeah, UYU, they have to win 3 rounds in a row. Rise Nation, of course, they can just punch in a 2. UYU's definitely caught their stride these past couple rounds. See what Rise can do now to react. You're going to see the first blood coming through in favor of Rise Nation, and now they kind of surround the flag in this 5v4. Your members are going to be pinned down by that shock. And you're going to see Rise Nation use that as an opportunity to now get the drop shot and the flag. So power weapon in favor of Rise, flag in favor of Rise. You see Kenny with those incense. We saw what the incense did in the hands of Praise before. You know Kenny is just as capable to make those same type of plays. Their first drop comes through. Praise is able to get the dodge. Detox gets a hit marker. That's not going to be enough.
Rise can't push forward as they probably want. They're going to take their time. They've done this before. They allowed UYU to push in. This is reminiscent of round number 1 between these guys. But as they do progress forward onto tracks, you can only imagine that's probably where their main focal point's going to be. And now as the flag does rotate down, most likely looking to see that bottom side track fight get a lot more heated. And UYU now has to figure out, do we want to rotate down? Do we want to take this fight or not? Well, it seems as if Rise Nation has actually backed off of that. And with just 35 seconds remaining, we're now getting down to the point where UYU is going to have to push forward. They're going to have to make the first mistake, if you will. And this is it. Drop shot goes out. Kenny's going to be taken down. This might be the catalyst Rise is waiting on. It's now a 5v3. And as they pursue up top, Avexys now, if he wins this fight, that's going to be huge. Praise needs to stay alive. He needs to take down one. He's not going to be successful in doing so. PowerZ will even it up a little bit. Bring it to a 4v2, but the flag's not going to stop. The flag now getting so close to scoring that touchdown. The instant comes out. It is going to at least soften up the competition a little bit. It's up to now just PowerZ. PowerZ now has to get in. He's got to get a chunk. He's unable to do it, and Rise Nation will strike first blood here in this best